Corinthian column still stands tall in the front, weathered but solid, one of the first details you notice when approaching the mansion's facade. Built in 1875, originally a residence, the owners decided to start a hotel business here in the 1940s, thus sharing their mansion with the world. Only housing the most elegant of guests, back then it was full of life and noise, but now it is silent. After decades passed and time has moved forward, inside the walls of this hotel, time has stood completely still since 1999. Each room we enter holds memories of those who stayed here. In its abandoned setting, it's the closest thing to time traveling to America's prime years, as I find it important to document what is left of this era before it is destroyed forever. And stay till the end of the video to see the police records and mugshots I found left behind the rooms by a former guest. If you guys enjoy, leave a thumbs up, and let's go explore. So here we are at a beautiful old hotel. This was first a mansion, and then it turned into a hotel. And over the years it has fallen into disrepair. Its heyday was in the 40s and the 50s, bringing in a bunch of luxurious clientele to this region. But those people who used to come here, they died off. And in the 1990s, this place became abandoned. And 30 years later, you could see what time has done to the place. Welcome back to a new Explorer. Today it's a freezing cold day. It's like 15 degrees. If you could see my breath, it's a freezing cold winter day, and we're exploring this old hotel. So I know it was a mansion first, then it was a hotel, and it was very prominent around the 40s, the 50s. It was a very high-end luxury hotel. I saw many stories of people who came here and had honeymoons and came here with their significant other and just had a good time. And after one quick walk around, I can tell you this right now, despite the minimal amount of graffiti that's in here, this place is still a time capsule. So as we walk around, hopefully you guys enjoy, and if you do, leave a thumbs up. Let's go walk around and explore. So we're here on the first floor. This is the main staircase. We're gonna obviously walk around each floor first before heading up. And this is obviously where you'd get checked in. You'd walk into the building and you could see some entertainment. They have an old dusty record player. So originally this would have been the living room. You could see the details on the corners here, the little extra piece of woodwork they put. So yeah, this would originally be the living room. You could still see some couches and chairs here, and even a very decayed fireplace. All that plaster is just decaying off of it now. But there's a lot of fireplaces in this house, so we're going to be able to see a lot today. We have this giant main room here with two fireplaces. You could see just the brick exposed here. All this plaster decays so quickly. All the plaster on the wall is just stripped. And I guess this was an entertainment room, because we have a piano nestled between these two fireplaces. Probably a really cozy room before this window fell onto the piano. That must have made a funny cartoon sound. Yeah, this fireplace isn't really so much decayed. We could still make out some of the details, but obviously this was just a prop. I don't think you'd actually be using this. You could see the little seashell in the plaster. So moving right along, this is actually the back door to the mansion. But if you could see, there was a back porch, but it collapsed. Maybe we could see out this window some. Yeah. There was a back porch here, but it collapsed. There's even pillars out there as well. But we're still gonna continue our tour. Just wanted to make a comment. I found this Nicorette gum pretty much still wrapped. 1996 copyright. It's pretty old. I guess you could assume this place probably closed down around that time. This is a yearbook from 1963. Crime and crime prevention. So you could see this room was closed in by glass doors. This could have been an office, because you have a glass door there. You have a couple glass doors that were over here. So this probably was an office at one point. Just filled with holiday cards on the ground. And there was a mirror up here, but it broke. You could see the really nice cast iron on this fireplace here. I would move this piece of glass to get a better look, but the neighbors are really close to this house and it's really early in the morning. Broken glass isn't really a good thing to wake up to. Looks like this was the kitchen. You still have stuff in the refrigerator. Looks like a big bag of potatoes. Fridge still has some stuff in it. But I don't know if you guys can see. You probably can't. This floor is like a ramp. It slides down. You could even see the cabinets dipping down. I'm afraid this room is really not stable. Just taking a look at the roof. We do have holes up there. There's a staircase there, and this does bend around the corner. That goes outside. Oh, God. Yep, Oreida. Seems like every drawer in this kitchen was a junk drawer, because I really don't see anything in here. This is really unfortunate. We found a basement, but as you could see, past that like 7th step, there's nothing. so we're not going to be able to go down there unless we want to stay down there forever. You could even see where the stairs were against the brick, but now they're kind of sagged downward. Alright, we did a full lap around the first floor, so we're going to head upstairs now to the rooms. Wow. Pretty cool room. So yeah, this room has a little bit of ornate design on the wall. And it looks like there was 2 beds in here. 2 mattresses. Not much else though. You do get your own sink. Walking out of the room, we have an old computer on the ground. It's an old monitor. I wasn't sure of the brand, but it says Future Power. Never heard of it. Oh wow. So we have a single bedroom here. Oh, this was actually attached to the room we were just in at one point, but they shut the door. We have a nice fireplace. 1 bedroom. And a quick route to the kitchen by the looks of it. Yeah. It's unfortunate we can't get over there. It's a cool piece of luggage just sitting there in the hallway. But yeah. Oh, I guess we had a communal bathroom here in this hotel. A lot of colors in here. And you have the carpet on the toilet seat. You even have a locker over here that's just filled with old cleaning products. Foot powder. I'm trying to find any old brands that look familiar. Yeah, like here's some tampons. That's an old Tampax logo. Sally Hansen. That looks very 1990s. I still don't know when this place shut down permanently, but by the looks of the decay, based on what I've seen in other buildings, I'm going to say this closed probably in the 90s. This building's probably been abandoned just as much as I've been alive. But we're going to keep on checking out some more of these bedrooms here. Got some mug shots left behind. It says that they were committed for a crime too. I don't really want to say what crime they were committed for, because if I say that word, my video is going to get attacked. But they were charged with something very serious. There's a whole booking system arrest worksheet here. This is insane. You could see the guy's, all of his information, date of birth, everything. his address. I'm trying to find a date in which this happened. Time, 1997, December 12th. So yeah, this is... I wonder why this arrest booking sheet is in this abandoned hotel with these mugshots. Maybe a cop or a detective was staying here and he left his stuff. I don't know. It's really weird. We're walking into the next room, and all over the ground are more mugshots. Look, here's a lineup photo. That's crazy. There's like actual 1990s detective stuff in here. There's mugshots everywhere. 1965. This file sheet says 1994. And these are all, there's just piles of these here. I could see the arrest forms, but they're all like kind of water damaged. They're all over the place. Really weird. But this is a cool room. It's the biggest one we've been inside so far, with a king-size mattress. Love seeing these plaster fireplaces intact. This is just a piece of craftsmanship that just is not built anymore. So to put a time period in which this was made, it's kind of hard, but I could appreciate the craftsmanship left behind, because obviously you could see the top of the fireplace here. It's all decaying. So eventually this is all going to crumble down to nothing. And that's the purpose of me recording these places, is because they're here today, but they're not going to be here tomorrow. And there's purpose and importance in documenting these places before they're gone forever. We have a linen closet, bed sheets, and we have what looks to be the biggest room in here, bigger than the last one. Wow. Got a big piece of lumber that fell onto the bed. That's actually a support beam. That's really old lumber that collapsed from the ceiling here. That's not good. When the support beams are collapsing, that's when you should be concerned. You have a whole desk set up over here with a map of the world. That's how you know the map is old, if Russia is labeled the Soviet Union. You have all these magazines. PC Gamer, top 10 games of the year 2000. Quake 3. Here we go. Top 10 games of the year 2000. Freelancer, Throne of Darkness, Motocross Madness, No One Lives Forever, Team Fortress. I've never heard of any of these. You have a lot of PC gamers. Up yours, Adolf. People were just unhinged back then. This is June 1998. But we have a bunch of just PC magazines. PC Gamer. Here's Quake 3. Tom Clancy. 50 best games ever. It's cool looking through all this old physical media. Yeah, you have a whole stack of magazines and when they came out. Briefcase. Another briefcase. It's got some working folk in here. Pretty big room. You do have your own bathroom in here as well. So I guess this was one of the luxury suites. Yeah, you have your own shower and bath. Pretty good, pretty nice. Take a look at the headboard of this bed. This is really old. Look at all the detail in this. You couldn't find something like this at IKEA. The detail is beautiful. I love these little points here at the end of the bed poles too. Very Victorian-esque. This is a dusty Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew. So that was room number 2. We still have a bit more to see here. We have another communal bathroom. Oh, this was actually the one we were just in. So there's 2 doors to this bathroom. And we have another room over here. Room number 3. Smaller room. Biggest fireplace though. And got some extra blankets in case you get cold. You could see all this marble, or fake marble. I'm not sure if this is real or fake, but this was all what was actually on this fireplace. Yeah, it's real. Beautiful. Obviously this home was built before central heating and piping, so I'm sure a lot of the home was heated by fire. Even another old bed left behind here in this decaying room. Just like that, we explored the 2nd floor, so we only have one more floor to check out, and that's the one above us. So let's go upstairs and see what's left. Okay, we have the most decay up here. I'm not sure what this room was, but that's a pretty cool wall right there. I guess just a library. Magazines, books. Old sink here with the soap still left behind. Let's see what's in this room parallel. Small little room, but we have a TV. The ceilings are just completely gone up here. Still have this old Zenith left behind though. It's definitely seen some better days, but it's not broken, so not complaining. So we have an engravement on the door. It says 15, then they renamed it to 5. So don't know what that's about, but you could see some of the wallpaper showing itself, probably from the 70s and the 60s. Ooh. Got 2 beds in here. 2 twin beds with a very cool headboard. Also have like a matching cabinet here. Kind of goes with the bed, and this is a mirror as well. Wow. I'm so thankful none of this is broken. This cabinet could be refurbished and sold brand new. This is actually a really high quality and probably a sought after item for anybody who wanted vintage stuff. This is beautiful. This is why I love going into abandoned places. It's just like time traveling. These items have been just sitting here for decades. This is pretty cool. You can see the Sealy mattress tag. Sealy Hotel Sleep System. So these are beds specifically made for hotels. Looks like we have a TV tray in the corner, a very old one. And we have our own bathroom. Really small. Not much to it. Very, very cramped in here. Over here you could see the layers of wallpaper. You could see, I guess this was the last wallpaper, these flowers. Then previously they used yellow. And then before that it was blue. And then it looks like before then it's just the building material. But we can kind of use our imagination. Picture this room as it was. Beautiful hotel. I mean, I can't even imagine it in its prime. But let's keep moving on. Bunch of literature up here. And we have a couple more rooms and a bathroom. We have a nice clawfoot tub in here. That's a unique little window, little mirror / medicine cabinet. Another bedroom. Oh, okay, the whole building is like sinking in this corner over here. Yeah, there's nothing in here anyway, just a bed. But this has really bad, weak floors. The whole building, this whole side of the building, this wall is going to be the first one to collapse. Right in the front. This is right in the front of the building. And across the hallway, it looks like we actually have a couple of bedrooms. What's this? Bathroom. Yeah. Nothing too crazy about that bathroom, but we have a bedroom. It's got a bookshelf over there. This is really just a chill room, though. You could see the mattresses. This could have been like a break room back in the day. Very weird. There's actually insulation on the window. And there's boards on that window. So maybe people were living in this room after it closed down, that is. That's what it looks like to me, at least. Okay, let's see. One more room. Room number 4. And we just have a small room. We have a funky chair. I love this chair. But this is a small room with not much in it. Look at all the mold on this toothbrush. It's just completely black. Still here though. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for today's freezing cold explore. It was kind of a quick one. It was a mansion turned hotel. Very ornate, beautiful mansion. Hotel, extravagant in the 40s and 50s, bringing in a luxurious crowd eventually shutting down in the 1990s. This place kind of has it all. Those are my favorite eras. I was born in the 90s, so I obviously have an attachment to those years, and the 40s and 50s were arguably America's best years. So when I'm able to explore buildings from both this time period and everything associated with those years, I really find enjoyment out of it. It's like going back in time and just straight up time traveling. It's so rare to find buildings that have been untouched for so long, seemingly just left behind with artifacts left everywhere, leaving us and our curious minds just a playground to explore. But that's going to do it for this one. I had a beautiful time. Hopefully you did too. It's a beautiful mansion, definitely on the exterior alone. And then once you come inside, we have all these beautiful bed frames. And I'm sure many people had so many beautiful memories stopping through this area, coming to this hotel. It's kind of surreal the way life is, but that's the reason I record, is because everything is temporary, including these buildings. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a thumbs up. And until next time, peace out.